Alright folks, we're going to get started here with the first video. Seems that finally got this thing figured out with the help of a couple of people. As I had stated in an earlier post on the page, I wasn't able to post any of the videos that I'd already recorded, just due to the fact that there was some kind of programming issue between evidently my camera and the computer. Every time I would try to upload one of the videos, it would say that the video wasn't formatted. So found out a new way. Someone gave me a little tip, and it seems to be working in short test. I haven't tried to do a long video, but we're going to go ahead and get started. And the first thing I'm going to do is kind of lay out the ground rules, the guidelines that I use for reviews. Now, when I was writing reviews, or when I write reviews, one of the first things that I always tell distributors and manufacturers, I don't accept any payment for a review. Don't really think that it's fair. I believe that payment could allow for a biased review, and I don't want to be accused of that. However, if you want to call it payment, I'm letting you guys know up front, my payment is I get to keep the product. You know, I don't consider it payment. I consider it, you know, once I've reviewed it, it is a used product. And who wants me to send, you know, a half-used bottle of juice back, or who would want to use a vape that's been in my mouth? You know, that I wouldn't want to use someone else's. They might be the cleanest person around with the best teeth, and I just don't think it's right to do that. So I say up front, once it's sent to me to review, it becomes my property, just because I don't think it's right to try to resell it after I've used it. Next, I always follow a standard format. The format is set forth by me. It's something I've developed over the years. Kind of a combination of other reviewers, things I felt comfortable with, things that I thought that other reviewers may skip, just to make sure that everything that I'm interested in is covered. And in all honesty, that's what I'm doing. I was writing reviews that I wanted to see, and in this case, I'm doing reviews that I would want to see. I don't really need to know a lot of the big details. Nowadays, most bottles of juice come with all kinds of warnings and safety, and they come shrink wrapped, and they come with child resistant tops, and so if it has that, I probably won't say anything about it, because I'm just used to seeing it. If it doesn't have it, however, if it does not come with a child-proof lid, I'm probably going to say, hey, you know, these guys didn't even put a child-proof lid on it. So if you don't hear it, it's probably got it. And that's just something, you know, I don't have children in my house. However, I think it's a good idea because a lot of people do. Plenty of people have children in their house, and they need the child-resistant tops. When it comes to a juice review, my juice reviews, I will use them. Like, as soon as I get them, I open the package, I'm gonna fill a tank, I'm gonna try them. Some of them I may wait for a couple days. Let's say I'm already busy, already have a couple of reviews going on. In that case, I won't open it possibly until the day of the review. So I may hold it for, you know, 2 to 4 days, I would say. I'll go ahead and do the review, and once I finish the review, then about 3 weeks later, I'll come back and do a re-review, just to go ahead and cover and go, okay, now that it's been sitting for 3 weeks, you know, some people call it steeped. I don't like the word steep. but that's that's the word that everybody knows. Steeping is something you do with tea. These are just aging, kind of like a wine or a cheese. It's aging. So once it's aged for about 3 weeks and had a chance to settle and meld a little bit, then I'll come back and touch on it during another review. When all the mod products, the tanks, the mods, things like that, I mean even t-shirts and hats, if I end up reviewing any of those, they'll also be reviewed with a standard setting. Not hats and shirts, however tanks and mods will. For tanks, I typically use a 1 ohm coil, 28 gauge. I like building chimney coils because I get more flavor with them, and I am a flavor chaser, not a cloud chaser. Don't have a problem with a cloud, it's just not what I'm interested in. Just wanted to cover those couple of things. Oh, and when it comes to mods, when I have a new mod in, if it is something where I can change the watts and things like that, then I am going to do. I'm going to have a standard, a specific setting. For the Clowper that I'm going to be using for the next few videos, it's going to be set on just for the tank. It'll be set on 11.7. For juices, I'll do a 14 watt and then also a 19 watt review. The reason I do both, I want to check for stability and make sure the flavors don't change. Sometimes some juices taste better at higher wattages, some taste better at lower wattages. And I also want to make sure that they don't burn, or at lower wattages they don't lose flavor. So I pretty much think I've covered everything. There will be other things you'll catch on as I go through. Like I say, I'm kind of adopting things from when I was writing reviews. The difference is now I'll be doing it live, where when I was writing, I could vape on a bottle, and when the bottle was empty, I could actually write my review. But during the whole bottle, I'm writing down little notes about a juice or a mod or a tank. With this, I'm going to be trying to hit it all at once in one video. Hopefully 15-minute video, 10-minute video. Not really sure how long all of them will go. And hopefully I'll be able to cover everything, and you'll get some good information out of it. And well, with that, I guess we'll move on to our first review.